Hi guys, welcome to part 3 of the bioactive terrarium build, and if you're new here, you are watching Scales and Tails. Stick around. Branches look pretty cool in terrarium, so that's what I'm doing in here. Make sure you play around with whatever you're putting in here, because you've got to make sure it's safe and you've got to make sure it looks good. To make sure this doesn't move and trap a lizard's tail or anything like that, I am just going to like pat this down into the ground to make sure it's sturdy. This is where I'm going to keep it, and this is where the real fun begins, guys. This is where we start planting, and this is where it starts coming to life. This plant kind of gave me like a little palm tree vibe, and it's kind of like a foresty look, or like rainforest look. We are just going to plant this in the background. Kind of so that'll grow up, and hopefully it will look like a canopy plant. Here we're just adding some stuff for the microfauna. We'll get into that a little bit sooner. We'll get some neem leaf and some other leaves. You can see the name on the screen now. I'm going to try and pronounce that. Leaves are pretty important because it really like makes the floor stand out, and as they biodegrade, it creates food for all of the microfauna, and you will see what microfauna is in a minute. With these other leaves, they are slightly bigger, so I'm going to crunch them up a little bit and spread them out a little bit. The reason I've got two types of leaves is because the different colours and the different sizes, it just makes it look a lot more natural. Make sure to spread them around a little bit, make it look natural like they fell from the sky. Here we've got these things that break down into like food and also use as hide sources for like the woodlice and springtails. I use castor seeds, but you can use any other type of what they are. They'll all be together. I've just spreaded these all around. It doesn't really matter where you put them, just anywhere on the floor. This isn't necessary, but here I've just rearranging them to where they look good. Now moving on to the microfauna. First we're going to be adding a culture, small bit of this culture of springtails. These pretty much break down any sort of rotting, biodegrading stuff. That's why we put the things on the floor as leaves, so that when they break down, provide food for the springtails, which then provide nutrients to the plants. Springtails are pretty much the main thing in a bioactive terrarium. Makes it a cleanless tank pretty much, you don't have to do anything. Next here we're moving on to these giant woodlice. These pretty much do the exact same things that the springtails do. You can use any woodlice, it doesn't make a difference. Here we can just get a close up of this guy. Some people think they're just little bugs, but these are actually lemon crustaceans. Here are the springtails, and they're tiny, tiny white bugs. They're literally pretty much just visible to the naked eye. Oh look, here's another one of this. This is what we've done so far. I actually went on holiday for 2 weeks, so the next part of the video is 2 weeks ahead, which is also why I haven't posted in a while. This would have came out so much sooner. Okay, we're back from holiday and we have some more stuff to put in. Here we've got the hanging plant and the little plant to go down the bottom. What I'm going to do with this hanging plant is a little bit different. You'll see what I'm doing in a moment, but it's actually going to be put inside of that cork like tube. Here we've got some sphagnum moss. This is pretty much essential if you're going to put any plant out with soil. It's so there's water constantly around the roots and nutrients, so it doesn't dry out. Without it, it won't even last a week. Here I've literally just got a clump of sphagnum moss. I'm just going to push it as hard as we can into that branch. Here's a little close up of what I've done. The rest of the plant I left in the pot hanging by the window, so it has plenty of light. It's packed right in there, and this way also no animal can go down the tube and get stuck. I've got one bit going down the branch and one bit just hanging down. When this grows out a bit, it will look Amazing. Now this other plant, I'm just going to plant down the bottom of the stick. Hopefully when it grows out, it will look really nice. Now the plants are in, going to give it a good spray down to make sure they all get off to a good start. If you guys haven't watched part 1 and part 2 already, I recommend you go check them out. I have spent so long in this series, I really hope you guys are enjoying it so far, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, it really helps out the channel. Hopefully I can get part 4 out sooner rather than later, and I hope to see you guys there.